Was the 2020 election in Maricopa County, Arizona, fatally flawed? Hi, I'm Ron Ludders, and you're listening to Hub Radio Phoenix. Today we have a very special guest, and he is from Pima County, Arizona, and he has got some phenomenal credentials, and this is Ray Roberts Brakey. And he is the director of the Audit Elections USA. Tell me about the word audit, because it's an acronym.
It is. And first off, it's John Roberts Brakey. And audit is an acronym, and it stands for Americans United for Democracy, Integrity, and Transparency. It came out of an audit that we did in 2004 is when I really fell down the rabbit hole.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, Mr. Brakey is considered to be an expert in audits of voting equipment and voting processes. So we already know, because you're the director of this great organization, what are we looking at here in Maricopa County? Was the election properly exercised and reported, or were there some inequities with this, John, that have caused us to ponder?
Good question. I was up here and I did the primary, and I went through that department with a fine-tooth comb. I want you to know that. And I want you to know that I've sued them 3 or 4 times before, because I've been watching Maricopa since really 2006. And I was very pleased with everything that I saw in the department. You know, I followed the whole process to see how things were done, you know, everything. And I really felt good. I said, this may be one of the best election departments in the country. But the audit was fatally flawed, the hand count audit.
And how was that?
Well, it's pretty simple. I mean, you know, 92% of all the vote in Maricopa came in through an envelope, okay? Vote by mail, through drop boxes. You can vote in early voting, you go there. Until election day, they put a machine there, which is good. You don't want these machines everywhere because total somebody hacking them or whatever. And so everything comes in through an envelope. Now, they start counting 14 days out. And what they do is that they pull batches of ballots, okay? Each batch is 200 ballots in a batch. And so as the machines are running, the observer, who could be a Democrat or Republican, and they would say, okay, we're going to take that batch. And so then they would get that batch, put it in a box, and then they would go over to the EMS, and they would wind up getting more paperwork.
EMS?
The Election Management System. I'm sorry, thank you for jumping on acronyms there. And so they put it, but the fatally part of that whole problem is that you would know, a hacker would know, first off, there's 9,600 batches of ballots, okay?
Wow.
And that's how many. You're talking about almost $2.1 million ballots of votes, okay? And now you know what 50 not to hack if you were an insider. I'm not saying that happened. I'm saying that when you stand up and you tell me that we know that this election is good because we audited those 50 ballot batches, I'm going, I don't think so, because you must commit the results before you pull the results. And I sued them over this in 2010. I sued Maricopa because they wouldn't commit the data.
So in other words, we have over these 9,000 batches.
Yeah.
And we know which ones will be selected for audit before the vote comes in.
Yeah. Don't you got a problem with that?
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And then they stand up and they say, we know this is good. It could be, Ron. But you know what I believe? We shouldn't have to wonder. You know, elections are not any good unless they're transparent, trackable, and publicly verified. Yes, voting is a secret process. Counting is the public process. Somehow we've lost our way.
Thank you for that. I love that comment. Voting is a secret process, but counting is a public process. And our Board of Supervisors here doesn't believe that. I don't believe. But
well, they believe that audit was really good, and it could be, okay? But you listen, a hacker will not hack unless they have impunity to steal. And I think like a hacker because I'm a security expert. I understand all 4 vendors. I've been in 18 states the last 4 years. I've been doing this full time since 2004. And as you can tell, I'm a very passionate person. I love my country. You know what I'm doing out here? You know, when I go out here and work, I go in these election departments, I practice my 7 C's: character, capacity, credibility, civility. I can call you bad names real nicely, Ron. Citizenship. Country. But you know, the big C is courage. Courage to stand up and tell the truth and challenge the system and using civility. And if we disagree, hey, I'm the kind of guy, before I sue you, I want to hug you and let you know, no big deal. This is how we settle situations. So I get my lawyers in and we do it. And right now I'm in litigation in Florida, major litigation. And you know, I'm wondering on this election and everything that I've observed, am I going to jump in this one and file at least an amicus brief if it goes to suits? Because we need elections that we can believe in. Cynicism, Ron, is destroying our country.
It's dividing us, and unfortunately, I don't see the future any better until we get to the end of this process. So, at any rate, this is segment 1 of a report that we're going to be doing, and we already know that, to sum this up, that certain precincts now or batches have immunity from any irregularities, and those are the ones that we will check. But it's the preponderance of precincts that we could have thievery in.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're not checked. It's insanity.
Okay.
Insanity is doing the same thing over and over. And think you're going to get a different result. I mean, hey, listen, you commit the results first. The Dominion system is very capable of putting a report out. They know where every batch is. They've married the ballot image to the ballot. This is a good system. Why not use it? Why not have these ballot images? And I hope another segment will go into how the system works.
We're going to cut this segment short. We're here with John Roberts Brakey for Hub Radio Phoenix. This is Ron Ludders. We'll see you shortly.